All right, let's talk about storage in Windows Server 2025. Specifically, we're going to follow the journey of a single disk in a failover cluster. We're going to see how a simple, raw piece of storage transforms into the absolute backbone of a high availability system. So this is the big question, right? I mean, think about it. If you have a bunch of computers all trying to write to the same file at the exact same time, you'd think that's a recipe for disaster, data corruption, total chaos, you name it. And yet in failover clustering, that's exactly what has to happen to keep everything running smoothly. So how on earth does Windows Server pull it off? Well, it all boils down to one thing: the need for high availability. For those really critical services, we're talking virtual machines, huge file servers, downtime is just not an option. If one server, one node in your cluster goes down, another one has to pick up that workload instantly using the exact same data. To solve this puzzle, Windows Server looks at storage in two completely different states. It's kind of like a sports team. First, you've got your available storage. These are your players on the bench. They're warmed up, they're ready to go. And then you've got your cluster shared volumes, or CSVs. These are the players that are actually in the game, on the field, working together as a team. So let's follow our disk's journey right from the very start. The moment you introduce a brand new disk to your server cluster, it shows up as available storage. It's just sitting there, full of potential, but it hasn't been given a job yet. And yeah, available storage is, well, it's pretty much exactly what it sounds like. All the servers, every node in the cluster, they can all see these disks. But they're basically sitting in this shared pool, totally unformatted, totally unassigned. It's just raw, untapped capacity waiting for instructions. Okay, and this is where the magic happens. A disk isn't going to stay on the bench forever, right? We need to get it into the game. And that process, that's what we call the CSV transformation. This is where we turn that raw potential into an active, powerful, shared resource. And you know what? The process itself, it's surprisingly simple. An admin just goes in, picks a disk from that available storage pool, and with just a few clicks, adds it to clustered shared volumes. Now, behind the scenes, the cluster gets to work. It formats the disk and sets it up as a special namespace that every single server node can see and use at the same time. So, our disk made it. It's now a full-fledged cluster shared volume. But so what? What new superpowers does it have now? What does this whole shared access thing actually let you do? This right here, this is the absolute game changer. A CSV isn't just some shared folder on the network. Oh no, it is a specialized distributed file system. It creates one single consistent view of the storage for every server in that cluster. And here's the key. It means Node A and Node B can both be running virtual machines that are reading and writing to the very same disk at the very same time without corrupting anything. And this table just lays it all out perfectly. As available storage, a disk is just inactive, no simultaneous access. But as a CSV, it's active, it's in the game, and it allows all the nodes to access it. Now, to prevent a total free-for-all, one node is designated as the owner node. Think of it as the coordinator for all the disk activity, just to keep things orderly. And that's what makes CSVs absolutely perfect for those heavy-duty workloads like Hyper-V. Okay, so that's the lay of the land right now. That's how this amazing system works. But what's coming next is the really exciting part, because Windows Server 2025 is taking this powerful technology and cranking it up to a whole new level. We're talking faster, smarter, and way more resilient. 60%. Just let that number sink in for a second. With new optimizations from modern NVMe storage, that super fast, non-volatile memory express stuff, you could see I/O performance that's up to 60% faster. For a busy virtual environment, that is a massive leap forward. It can absolutely crush performance bottlenecks. So these new enhancements really break down into three key areas. First, we've got that incredible performance jump we just talked about. But there's also more flexibility. It now supports everything from your old school traditional SANs to the latest and greatest software-defined storage. And maybe most importantly, it's way more resilient. By using the newer REFS, the Resilient File System, CSVs can now actually detect and repair certain types of data corruption on the fly without taking the volume offline. That is a huge, huge win for uptime. So look, if you're going to walk away with just one thing from all of this, let it be this simple idea. Available storage, that's the bench. Cluster shared volumes, those are the active players on the field, all working together to win the game of high availability. It's as simple as that. And that really brings us to a final thought. When the underlying storage technology gets this much faster, this much smarter, it just opens up a world of new possibilities. What kind of applications that used to be way too demanding, or maybe too fragile for a clustered environment? What could be possible now? That's some pretty cool stuff to think about.